An angry person, by definition, feels like a victim. I could be a 6'6", muscle-bound, 300-pound male, and you could be my 4'8", 90-pound wife, and I could be beating you every day. If I'm angry at you, it's because I feel like I'm your victim. I can't trust you anymore. I see you looking at other men. You show me no respect. You don't know how to take care of our children. You don't know how to take care of our house. You give me a hard time when I have a few drinks with the guys. The thing is, if you are the person that I am angry at, you don't experience me as your victim. You experience me as your abuser.
You do not listen.
I do it every time.
You don't listen. You have a hearing problem.
I hear you fine.
You got to shape up, otherwise there's going to be a problem.
What do you mean a problem? I'm doing the best I can.
No.
I'm sitting with, I don't know, what do you have against me? You must have something against me.
The rest of the folks are doing the job.
Is it my religion?
The worst acts of violence in the world are not committed by people who think like bullies. They're committed by people who think like victims. Bullies are not looking to kill. They're not stupid. They know you go to jail if you kill. Bullies want power, control, dominance. Bullies want living victims. It's victims who feel like killing. Even people are murderers, where they swear, it wasn't me, I was framed, I was set up, or I was getting revenge, they started, it's their fault. Everybody feels like a victim. The current view of social and emotional problems, that there's a victim and there's an abuser or a perpetrator or a bully, this is not a traditional psychological view. This is a legal view. Psychology is supposed to be scientific. Science is supposed to be objective. Science has nothing to do with guilt or innocence, who's the good one, who's the bad one. Psychologically, when two people are angry with each other, there is not one victim and one abuser. There are two victims and two abusers. Talk to each one of them, they will swear to you that they are the victim, the other one is the abuser. The psychological role is about increasing our clients' responsibility for their own problems, and the legal role is about taking responsibility away from the client and putting it on somebody else. But what's happened is that over the last couple of decades, the legal profession has gotten increasingly involved in the mental health professions. And at our own request, for years, the mental health professions have been actively lobbying for laws against abuse, harassment, and bullying. I believe what's happened is that over the years, we have discovered that it's not so easy to help victims. We counsel victims, we do therapy with victims, and we discover they continue to be victimized. So we think about, why should the victim have to change? The victim is the good one. Their problems are being caused by abusers and bullies. Let's help our clients by passing laws against abuse and bullying. So today, instead of trying to help victims, we're now trying to help abusers and bullies. And you know what we discover? It's not so easy to help abusers and bullies either. They're personality disordered, they have no conscience, they're incapable of empathy, remorse. But I believe that our conscience feels better not being able to help evil abusers and bullies than not being able to help poor, innocent victims. But what we're not noticing in the comfort of our offices is that the people who do not come to us for help because they don't need it, they're functioning well, they were also victims of abuse. Just about every living human being can make a very good case how they were abused by somebody. I consider our founding fathers to be among the greatest psychologists in the history of the world. Freedom of speech is a solution to most human conflict. In places where people do not have the concept of freedom of speech, they actually believe that they're allowed to kill people who believe differently from them. But even in this country where we have freedom of speech, very few people know how to practice it. We are trying to create an emotional welfare state where the government guarantees that everybody is happy and nobody is bothered by anybody else. With all of these laws against harassment and abuse and bullying, the government is guaranteeing us a life in which nobody bothers us, and it's the government's role to protect us from other people. Freedom of speech is mandated by the Golden Rule. How would you like it if I could punish you whenever I didn't like what you said? You'd hate it, you'd be miserable. Just like you want to feel free to say what you want without fear of punishment, you have to let other people say what they want, no matter how much you don't like it. Look what happened when I had Jim up here this morning and I had him insult me. The first time I was trying to deny him freedom of speech.
You're stupid.
I am not stupid. Nobody calls me stupid gets away with it.
Are you threatening me?
I know karate, but get me about your body.
The second time we played the game, I gave Jim complete freedom of speech. If it makes you happy to put me down, it makes me happy too.
Why would you think someone would be happy insulting you?
You look like you're enjoying it. If you have some more insults, I'd love to hear them.
I think we've covered them all.
So you're stopping or you want to do it some more? Because if you stop, you lose the game.
I think at this point I would rather lose.
Okay. Freedom of speech is a wonderful policy not only for running a country. It is also the best policy in our personal lives.
Jim, is it funny when people look smart and competent and happy? Or is it funny when people look stupid and clumsy and miserable?
Stupid, clumsy, and miserable.
Yeah. It's never funny when people look good. It's only funny when people look bad. And the worse they look, the funnier it is. Honestly, Jim, no joke. You are so ugly, when you look in the mirror, the reflection throws up. You were laughing at my song, which is all about my misery. You were laughing when Jim was insulting me and I was going nuts. You were laughing when I was insulting Jim. Compliments are not funny, insults are funny. I will give anybody here $50 if you can show me a funny compliment. For the next thing that I'm going to do, I would like those of you sitting closer to the doors to prevent anyone from escaping. To make matters worse, they gave me a sibling. They treated him as though he were the king. The little runt grew up being their darling. They'd make him happy while I would be snarling. I contemplated how life's so unfair as I discreetly tipped over his high chair. Lord, please bless the psychologic occupation whose wisdom brought me absolute vindication. I wasn't to blame in my angry assaults. They were all my parents' faults. Yes, I am angry. Why shouldn't I be this last time? Life is so cruel, especially to me, a poor victim of existential pain that's short-circuiting my brain. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate an audience with good taste.